Hello everyone and welcome to Lynn's Crafting Creations. I am Lynn. Let me pull myself up on my computer so I can see your comments. Hopefully we could see comments tonight, right? We'll hope, we'll hope. How's everybody doing? We are in an event tonight for the herd. Lynn's Crafting Creations, I am Lynn. Well, mute that. Don't criticize, I got it. Okay. So say hi when you come on in. Let me know that you're here. And we will get our party started here real soon. We just have to wait for Miss Marcia to end her life. Hello, Sandra Wright. Hello, sweet Tammy. Hi, Kimmery. How are you, love? So tonight we are doing a special thing. Hello, sweet Beth. Hi, Jason. How are you? Hi, Mary Ferguson. We're in a special event tonight. We're doing a fundraising event for Bernice and Mike for BbCrafts. Hi, Debbie Stancliffe. I know, long time no see, right? Thank you for sprinkling. We're going to pour some resin, but I have to do this part first. Hi, Barbara Polston. Hello, Sweet Kay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a paint inlay. And this is from the new collection. So this is called Ditzy Blooms. And what it is it's dried paint. Hi, Just Jackie Crafting. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Michael. Hi, Mel. So Mel, Marcia, Michael, and Ruthie, thank you very much for having me do this tonight. There's Ruthie, this Nana's Crafty. She's AKA Not Carol. So just call her Not Carol. It's what I do. Hi, Triple L. Hi, Tony. Hi, Kathy. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started because we got to do the paint inlay. Hi, Mike. There's Mike of BbCrafts, too. Hi, sweet Michelle. Hi, Ronnie. Happy Wednesday, Ronnie. It's Wednesday. Yeah. Hi, Valerie. It's a joke. Ronnie didn't know what day it was one time. How's everybody doing? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to paint your project how you would like it. So we're going to make this little book box. Hi, Karen's Crafty Designs. Hi, Francis. Hi, Tony. How are you, Tony? Hello, my sweet Betsy. So we're going to do an inlay. We're going to do an inlay on the sides and then on the top. So it's going to be kind of hard to see on the sides because it's not easy to do and show you, but you have to inlay. What it is it's, here, I'll show you. It's kind of like a parchment paper. And that's the no paint side, and that's the side that has the paint on it. So you're going to inlay this into your wet paint, and then it transfers that paint onto the paint. So it's kind of cool. Hello, Sister, Shonda, and Livy Lou. Hi, Shoop. Hi, Basement Crafting with Michelle. Did I already say hi to you? I'm sure I did. AKA Dolly. So you just want an even coat of nice wet paint. I know this sounds weird, but you can reuse them a few times if you don't use it in a clear sealant. Hi, Mel. Did I say hi to Mel? I better have said hi to Mel. And any pages that you guys see on here, if you could give them a follow, that would be fantastic. And we're doing this for Mike and Bernice because they lost their home. They lost everything. I can't even imagine losing everything. So once you put this down, it's down. Don't like pick it up and move it around and do all that kind of stuff. Then you're just going to push it in with your fingers. And so it looks kind of like that. Okay. And then I have my go over it with the brayer. If you don't have a brayer and a spray bottle is pretty much all you need, and a paintbrush, obviously. But you just want to go over it. You want to make sure that this gets good contact with that paint. So I'm going to go over it dry, with a dry, just a shop towel. And I got paint on it right there, so you don't want to do that. And just make sure it's down. Okay. Then we want to wet the top to give it the moisture from the top. I know, right, Tammy? The fun you would have with that inlay stuff. So you just want to wet it from the top. And push it in from the top while you're wetting it. Boop-a-doo. You got notified for commenting? Oh, no. I did too. I got busted this morning. I had to be on my personal page all day. It was like, oh, wasn't even commenting that much. I think it just goes through cycles and says, you're commenting too much. Go away. Hello, sweet Bernice. Yeah, you guys are in for a treat if you've never seen a paint inlay. These are fun to do. So you just want to make sure that it's like made good contact and it's down, right? Hi, sweet Leslie. Hi, Judy. Aunt Judy's here. Woohoo! So that's why I put the inlay in right away, even though we have 3 more to do. Yeah, it's so good to see Tammy. I love seeing Tammy. Hi, Lisa. Hi, sweet Kim. So we're going to paint some more. Because I want my paint to be wet, right? Not that I haven't said that 300 times already. But this is kind of why you want your surface to look like you want it, because you're just getting the paint on here to get it in there and get it wet. Hi, Angela. How are you? So, just gonna go over it one more time. Make sure I got wet paint. So you want your pieces ready to go. And make sure you put the paint side down. Okay, so I have my not painted side and my painted side. So you want your paint side to go down. And of course this one's gonna give me a fit. And then you want to just kind of gently push it in with your fingers, making sure. Now, if you want perfection, use a rub-on transfer. This is not going to give you perfection. You're going to get like a, there's Miss Marcia. Is Dawn on too? Hi, Dawn. You're not going to get the perfect look. You're going to get more of an aged, kind of antique-y look. Does that make sense? Sort of? Kind of maybe? I'm going to use my same paper towel, and I'm just going to go over it. Hello, sensation. Oh, I said hi, Shonda, already. Sorry, Shonda. I could say hi to Livy Lou again, though. Hi, Livy Lou. Does it work with any type of paint? Yes, it does. It works with the DIY paints. It works with acrylic paints. Acrylic paints are thinner. You kind of do want to have a chalk, thicker paint because it's not going to dry as quick as an acrylic. You know what I mean? Because your paint has to be wet. So kind of keep that in mind, Tammy, if you're doing it. But yes, it will work with any kind of a paint. So, we will be auctioning this off at the end of the live. And we have some goodies to go with it. And yes, Bernice, whenever you get settled and we will definitely stock up your craft room. So I just can't imagine losing everything. Just everything. 1 minute, you know, you got your refrigerator and the next minute you don't. So that's hard. That's just hard. The only thing I had was we had black mold at our house. So then we're going to put this one on top. So this is a larger piece. So we're going to do it a little more strategically. We may have to do half and half. I'm going to use a bigger brush because you need your paint wet, right? So I'm going to use a larger brush. And yes, we will be putting resin pieces on here, so we'll be doing resin too. So you can, once you get them on, you could leave them on there as long as you're using paint, as long as you want. You could leave them on there for a month. You could leave them on there and come back next year and take them off. You could leave them, the best thing to do is to leave them overnight. And come back the next day and get them. But we don't have that kind of time, so we're gonna dry it, and I'm gonna have to run outside. No, it's not rice paper, it's called a paint inlay. So I'm gonna take its paint on a piece of paper and you inlay it into wet paint or a patina or any kind of a Duraclear, any kind of a medium. But the clear is a different process than the paint, okay? It's harder to do. You have to catch it. Hi, Pretty Pieces by Michelle. Hi, Cindy. I have seen a lot of you all day. I appreciate your supporting Mike and Bernice and all of us. It means a lot to us. And trust us, we notice. We know that you're here. Can I show you Audrey? Yes, ma'am. So Audrey was in our Fab 4 event. Had to do a star. Well, my starstruck was a movie star. So, sorry guys, I'm just gotta make sure this paint is wet. So now I'm gonna move kind of quick if my brush doesn't stop falling. Now, if this had stripes or something on it, you would need to make sure that your stripes are all you would need to make sure that your stripes are all going the same way. I know that there's going to be a crease in it because I've got a crease in the paper right there. So I already know there will be, it will have character. It will, it will. So you just kind of want to make sure, go over it, make sure that your paint is making full contact. Hello, Robin. How are you? And then what you want to do is, now you want to basically get it wet from the other side to help that paint stick. So see when you put the water on, see how it like brightens up the image? That's how you can kind of tell you've got it going in the right direction. Good times, right? This is fun. Yeah, the stars aligned for that one, yeah. She turned out well. I liked her. Sorry, Acorn didn't see you. Mike. Can't be dissing Michelle there, huh? That's funny. That was a funny story, watching Michelle today. So like I said, with it all on here, now you've got it all wet. You've pressed it down. This is if you don't have a brayer. If you had a brayer, you could brayer over it, but it's not necessary. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Hello to anyone that I missed. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure this gets done. And we've got a lot of pieces going to it. So, we're going to let this, because I'm in California, so it's 100 degrees today. Can you spray water straight onto it? Yes, you can, but I would just use a mister. I've seen people do it. I would be afraid to, but I think if it's big enough, you sure could. Hi, Patty Meyer. Aw, thanks for stopping in, Barb. Sweet dreams, dear. 4 a.m. does come early. Debbie Isaacs, hello. I was a little busy, yes. All right, so you could leave this, like I said, for a little while. Hi, Gina. Where do you get the paint inlay from? I get them from scrappysrustics.com. So she has all of this is an IOD product. You kind of missed it, right, Robin? Yeah, you can mist the inlays, but I wouldn't ever really drench them. Does that make sense? So we're gonna put our inlay aside and just let it kind of dry for a little bit, because nothing's gonna happen to this. It'll be fine. So if you're doing this at home, you could walk away, go to sleep, and wake up the next day or the next afternoon when you got home from work and do it. So we are going to do a little bit of resin, because we're going to put some resin on the box. So I have some things that I'll be putting in your box with you, so keep this in mind when you order, or when you are bidding. I'm going to give you a big bottle of heavy body gel, some decoupage glue from Pentart, and Crackle Medium. And then I have a few resin castings that I've done. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Kathy. So, you know, like the new lion, the Santa sleigh in black resin. I have a few of the sunflowers in here. So the new wings mold, oh, what Michael was talking about, if you saw him. So this is the chicken mold he was talking about, the rooster, but I put mine together. And so you have a shelf sitter. And so there's a bunch of resin castings in here. And a lot, some even from last year. Oh yeah, the sunflowers are amazing. They're just gorgeous. So I have like the big Christmas tree from last year. There's just all kinds of holly berries and stuff like that in there. The angel. There's some of the ornaments. There's all kinds of, yeah, that would be like Christmas, right? Right, Barbara? Yeah. Wow, look at all those goodies. And then, this was my first resin tray I made that I put flowers in. So you'll have a first from me. And then I got an order today, and I have an extra one of the molds that I am using, so that will go in there as well. You can use hot glue in these. You can use clay. You can use resin. You can use you could bake cookies in them. Yeah, but this is the mold. And then the rose gold crowns from Tully Dazzled. And to top it off, this is plus the box. And then a big bunch of napkins for all seasons. So, woohoo! Now, oh, and the three basics I think every Pentart lover should have is the decoupage glue matte, And yeah, I'm the last person on tonight. So what I use is the Amazing Casting Resin. It sets up in 10 minutes. And so, yeah, that's a lot of goodies, right? Aw, thank you, Shonda. Thank you, Kim Marie. Thank you, Kathy. You guys are gonna make me blush a lot. But anything to help Mike and Bernice out. That's better than Christmas, Kim. So once you get this in here, you gotta go. Which was silly because I wanted to mix my mica powder in there and I didn't. So if you want to mix mica powder in there, you would have to, you just have to mix this until it gets clear. You don't have to mix it for 2 minutes, because if you do, it's going to set up in your cup. So then I try to pour, and you're going to want to not pour it all the way. You're going to want to let the resin go out. Does that make sense? Because otherwise you're going to really over pour. But you'll see when you do resin, that you just kind of let it flow. This is a leveling table, so it makes it so that resin flows. So it's gonna flow wherever there's an opening for it to go. And I've got it in all the corners. It's getting hot in my hand, so it's gonna set up pretty soon. But I've been pouring resin for a lot of years. You get to know what it's gonna do when you're pouring each mold. Thanks for sprinkling, Kathy. See that this is already setting up. So I don't want to mess with that. So we're going to put the resin aside for a little bit. We're going to show you. So this is Audrey. We did her in the Fab 4 event. So these are all resin. This is what I made a resin frame out of. So you can heighten all of your projects, I think, using resin. So we're gonna bring this back. You guys have to promise me, because I have to run outside and spray this really quick, but because you can't, this is paint, so you can't get this wet. This has to be really dry. And the paint, hi, sweet Denise. You love that mold? It's very pretty. It's a redesign by Prima Mold. I'm getting them from Plaster Paint Company now. Hello, Wanda Gates. Nice to see you. So this has to be really dry. I know this seems like it's a lot of drying, wetting, drying, wetting, and drying, and wetting, and drying, and wetting, and drying. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Aw, thank you. Yes, we'll hang out and chitty chat. You know it. You guys get to chitty chat while I run out in 100 degrees and spray this real quick. Mine are too, Shonda. They took my stars. And I opened a thing with Facebook and then they closed it. Because I didn't reply back to them because I was at work. So we need to make sure that the sides are all dry and everything is all good and good. And then what we have to do is we have to wet it again. You're probably thinking I'm absolutely lost my mind right now, right? You just dried it, lady. What are you doing? Well, we have to pull it up. So, yeah, they did. I don't even have the button. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they did. No, they didn't take the stars people send me. They took me being able to send them to people. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm not happy with, but that's okay because we're here for the people. I keep saying this. I'm here for the people. So we have to get it wet again. This is when you can spray it. It is similar to a tattoo, except for I'm using real paint. It is very similar to a tattoo, though. You're not going to rub it off, but you're correct, Kathy. That's exactly what it's like. I may have just over-drenched. We'll just wipe it up kind of quick. But you want to get it nice and moist so that it comes up. If you feel any tug at all, you stop and you get it wet again. So, here we go. And you can see the rougher parts that didn't stick down. We want to dry that. It never gets old, right? Yes, I hold my breath every time, Carolyn. It never gets old. but it's supposed to come out looking, sometimes it'll come out perfect. Sometimes it will come out rustic looking. This is on a box, it's uneven surfaces, so you're gonna have it look, it's gonna stick to the top of the wood, right? You're gonna see the wood grains in it. And it's just the nature of it. Your favorite reveals, yes. So we want to be careful because we don't want any paint to come over here. So I'm going to move this side because if I get paint on this, it's just going to run down and it's going to make me cry, probably. But that is okay. So we just get it wet. We let it set. You love these, Denise? I'm going to get this side wet while that side is wet. And let this one marinate for a second. You did it too? Oh, thanks, Beth. So now we're going to try to let you see the reveal. See, and it's starting to tug. So I'm going to stop and just get it wet. Maybe it needs a little more, and I just dropped my water bottle. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now we have the other side. But you can reuse this because it's still got paint on there. So we're gonna dry these and reuse them. The paint inlays are addictive. They really, really are. I love them. I love resin though, so. How are we on time? Okay. All right. So here we go. And there you go. So now we just have to make sure. You can reuse them 2 to 3 times safely. Some people have used them up to 5 times, they've said. I haven't used one 5 times yet. I've used one at least 3 times though. The big rooster and the melange. A few of the Christmas tree ones I've used multiple times. There have been a few that I've used more than once. So, oh, thanks, Judy. So we're gonna go out. We're gonna spray this. Good thing I made these in advance. But see how the resin's already done. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. Don't move. Don't let anybody lose. Yeah, they'll be a little bit lighter. But it really all depends on how much paint came off the first time. If you got a bunch of paint off the first time, then the second ones may not be so bad. Hi, Christina. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I just have to spray this really quick, okay? Okay. Whew. Oh, I am spraying Rust-Oleum 2X matte spray. Hi, my sweet friend Jason. You're grabbing your watermelon? Good, good. So you don't want to mess with these if you're gonna use by something pink. Yeah, shocker, right? I know you're shocked that there's something pink in my craft room. So this is the Rust-Oleum 2X spray, and it seals it. You don't want to use a brush on this because it's water activated. So if you tried to seal it with Mod Podge or seal it with polyacrylic or anything like that, and you brush it, I would cry for you. I would just cry for you. So the inside of the box is vintage duck egg from Dixie Belle. Yes, one of the pink things is the leveling table. Good job. So I already cut this out. This is decoupage rice paper, and it's from AB Studio. It's number 1791. And I get that at Scrappy's Rustics. Whew. It's hot out there. Intermission. You guys are too funny. So I just didn't want to put glue on. You love that color? I do too, Sandra. It's one of my favorites. I know y'all who watch me know that vintage duck egg is one of my favorites because I probably say it 9,000 times. It's just a good color that just never gets old. Kind of goes with, well, because I made my house that way, but kind of goes with a lot of things in my house. Okay. Put that in the glue jar. Oh, Triple L's would kill me right now if she saw that. Okay. So we're just going to put a little bit of paper on the inside of the box. Just to make it look pretty. And so if anybody, we're going to start bidding in about 11 minutes. Don't forget, you get Heavy Body Gel, Decoupage Medium, and the Ultra Matte Glue. I use the Ultra Matte Decoupage Glue over the top, or if I am for a sealant, what was I gonna say? I use it as a sealant. I usually use Mod Podge underneath because I save my good stuff for the top. It's looking good, right? It's gonna be pretty. So this was a rice paper. Again, I get my rice paper at scrappysrustics.com and all of my Pent Art products at scrappysrustics.com. It's kind of a one-stop shop. And she ships super fast. She's a small business. She's a one-man band. But, where's what located? All great products, yeah, right? So, when you seal your products with this, you may have to, projects, either get in the habit of sealing them when you do them, or have some kind of labeling system, because you will not be able to tell that you sealed it. I can never tell if I go back to it to know if I sealed it or not. Well, thank you, Crystal. So I'll dry this. Yes, I am going to. I did fine line crackle all over the white picture. And then I'm debating on what to put on it. That's my problem. Because I've done the sunflower on them so many times that I want to do something different. So I'm having that discussion in my head of what to put on the white picture. But yeah, so this is fine line crackle on just a regular picture from Hobby Lobby. So when these go on sale, guys, they're like $4. And that's when I get them, is when they're $4. So you can't even tell that had sealant on it. Oh, hydrangeas inside for a table. That would be good. Yes. So when I was thinking to do with the molds, so with this little mold that turned out to be this, I did put some gold antique paste on there, but I think it needs a little bit brighter. So I think I think the brass is too bright. Thank you, Camry. This is a book box from Michael's, Sandy. It's one of the book boxes from Michael's. Oh yeah, that brings it out a little bit more. Let me do it right. What is the mold? One moment, please. It is from Redesign. The little mold is the Bridget. It's redesigned by Prima. And the bigger mold is Majestic Flourish. And I get it from Plaster Paint Company. Thank you. Okay, I want that middle of the, I want that to come out a little bit. There we go. So if you don't like your wax after you put it on, you can go, you know what, I don't like that, it's yucky. You can take it off with clear wax, or you can take most of it off. Yes, I love them too. They smell very good. They don't stink. But the, so we'll want to do this guy too. I don't know what I was thinking. We got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes to put these on. Okay. And then is Mel or somebody here gonna time for me? You want to be a fly on the wall and see where I keep all my molds? I keep them sideways, standing up in an envelope, so they don't take up a lot of room. Otherwise, I don't know how people do it that have them like in a dresser drawer or something. I think they would be way too heavy. Oh, Michael, you will. Hi, Michael. Loved your owl. So be sure, don't use any decimals or dollar signs. Let me get all of this on here, and then so that is what the mold looks like. Because it's hard to see it down here. So there's one. Then this piece will fit in the middle of the open section. And then this will go on the front. You just ordered the plastic hanging bags from Amazon for your stamps? Awesome! Okay, so now we're gonna use the heavy body gel because it's my friend. I need my wipe. We need Jackie's PSA. This heavy body gel will stick your face to the table. It will stick metal to metal. It will, you need those molds. Be sure, Carol Ann, be sure and use Beth's code crafty. I think you get a 5% discount. I don't know. Double check. Hi, Crafting with Grammy Nana. Alrighty. So that is the top. I'm gonna make sure we get this on here. I know, right? Jackie, where you be? We're using heavy body gel. So, for the person that does win this, if you have any questions about the products, you can send me a message or anything like that. Because you do want to get this off of your fingers and your tools and everything. Oh, go. Okay. Michael says go. Go, baby, go. He doesn't just say go. He says go, go, go. So that's how the front of the box is going to look. 80 for Cindy. 80 for Cindy. $100 for Crystal. 100 for Crystal. $105 for Cindy. $110 for Crystal. Yeah, all the goodies are going with it. Get some Totally Dazzled, some pinch art, some napkins, some 3 bags of molds. $115 for Cindy. $130 for Crystal. Oh, we got a bidding war here. It's for Mike and Bernice. You will pay Mike and Bernice directly, and I will ship it to you. $135 for Cindy. Yes, they are. $135 for Cindy. $150 for Crystal. $150. I'm paying the shipping, so you guys just pay what you're bidding. That's it. $165 for Cindy. $165. You guys are amazing. $165 for Cindy. Did my comments stop? 165, Cindy. We just have to wait for the stop. So you want to get this off of your tools, otherwise it will stick on there. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for making a comment so I know they weren't stuck. Stop. All right, Cindy. So if you could either pay the Cash App or and then send me your address and the screenshot, and I will get this out to you in a nice big bundle of Christmas joy at your home. Thank you all for being here today. There is your box. There we go. Yes, congratulations, Cindy. Thank you very much for helping out Mike and Bernice like that. It will help a lot. That is awesome. And thank you, Mel and Michael and Marcia and Ruthie for being here all day with us today and yesterday. Thank you, Tina. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Deborah. Thank you, Bernice. Yes, congratulations, Cindy. Yes, we miss you, Gloria. Congratulations, yes. Yes, everybody did such a great job. We love you all. So be sure you're following in the herd and you're following our beautiful presenters today, all of the crafters. It's free to follow, so just give them a follow. It'll make her day. Thank you so much, Gloria. Thanks, Karen's Crafty Designs. And I just wanted to do something different, so we appreciate you all for being here, and you all take care. Thank you, Valerie. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.